Well, it's been quite an epic role for Gabriel Medina coming into the European leg of the season, taking out the Quicksilver Pro France, and now the man to beat heading into the Moche Rip Curl Pro, the 10th stop of the Samsung Galaxy Championship Tour. The sun's starting to come out as we enter into round 4, heat number 4. This one features 2 Brazilian goofy foots, Italo Ferreira and Medina, taking on the natural footer of Michel Bourez, representing Tahiti, but with a ton of experience competing in Europe throughout his junior career. Joe Trappell alongside 89 world champ Martin Potter.
I think it's lucky dip, Joe. I think all these guys are in good form, hence here they are. Medina up and riding.
Setting up the first wave of the heat. Vertical hack to start. A lot of foam on the face, but powers the bottom turn and hammers it on that inside section. What a huge two-turn combo from last year's world champ to start. Now Ferreira's on the next one. Winds up and goes for the backside float. He'll end up just kicking out.
Wow, I tell you what, that bottom turn that Gabriel Medina just did, you know how much I like those good bottom turns, Joe. That sets everything up so well. He's worked so hard on his rail game. You know, obviously Medina came onto the tour, you know, recognized as probably one of the best aerial guys, but I tell you what, since then he's improved so much on that backhand bottom turn, top turn combination. And while we're at the break, this is what we missed. Big floater there from Medina. Goes down on that one, bit of a lumpy wave. And Italo Ferreira, have a look at this one, Joe. Nice little wedge. Jams it under the lip there. Powerful kid. Look at this wave. Oh my goodness. Tail tapping drop right there. Italo Ferreira on fire to kick things off. 8.17, Joe. Michel Bourez, he's going to be loving these little wedge waves. He's got those floaters down. Powerful base. The Spartan, Michel Bourez, is probably going to keep the board in the water, get those big gouging maneuvers, and then Medina up and riding again, goes down. So a lot of waves being ridden so far, and so far in the heat. 8.17 from Italo Ferreira. This wave from Medina, though. Watch this next turn right here. Draws off the bottom, holds that rail, and jams it in the pocket there. Absolutely perfect timing right there for Gabriel Medina. He held that bottom turn as long as he possibly could. Got so much speed off the bottom, which allowed him that beautiful snap right in the critical section of the wave, Joe.
So a lot of those replays were during the break to start off this matchup. So Ferreira had the first solid score, the 8.17. Medina went down to start and then started building a huge two-turn combo to answer back with never being there before.
Yeah, you know what? He sort of threw it out there too, didn't he? Said to the world, hey, these are the places I'm going to do well. Italo Ferreira, good opening turn right there. Look at this thing bowling up, and right there goes for broke, and that's what Italo does. There's no holding back for him. He's got such confidence, so powerful, so solid on his feet as well. Just jams it in the pocket. Now it hits that inside, and Italo Ferreira flying through the air right there. Finished off nicely as well, so 3 solid turns, 8.17. Gabriel Medina with a 7.0 on that 1-2 turn combo. Michel Bourez in 3rd place at the moment, with priority though. Up against these 2 Brazilian aerial artists. Can Michel Bourez put the rail in the water and maybe manufacture a win here, Joe?
He sure can. It's been a tough road for Michel this year after finishing number 5 in the world last year. This is Medina.
Yeah, this is that 7-point ride, Joe. Nice opening turn right there. Watch this bottom turn. He just holds that rail all the way around and just unloads that big turn. To me, that's the best turn of the heat. 7 points for that one maneuver. Look at the bottom turn. Look at the drive he's getting off his board, and connects absolutely perfect right in between those 2 bits of white water. Free fall drop. Such control, such confidence that Medina's carrying coming into the back part of this year.
Medina wearing the white jersey, trying to roam through this inside wedge. Could be setting him up to improve on the 2.17 as he glides in on the Cabianca. A lot of momentum. Just hops out and kicks out of there. Every wave keeps you guessing here on this little wedger. We've seen what Medina's done the last couple of days. I think the most heroic move was seeing him come from behind against Kyle Belli after Kyle got the 9.77 for falling out of the sky and getting spit out of the barrel. Medina was under pressure to perform, and a big backside full rotation air would make the difference into the 9s. This is Italo Ferreira now. Pretty deep on this one, but he's finding some speed under the whitewater. creating some space. Big blow tail. He'll bring it around forward. What an incredible act from the rookie. It's one thing when you see guys blow their tail out, you're kind of expecting reverse, and then when they bring it back the other way, showing total control.
I think I almost prefer it when they bring it back, because that does show a little bit more control. Technically a little bit more difficult as well, because you've got to stop that slide, re-engage the fins. Your body's all moving in the wrong direction as well, so it takes amazing control.
This is Michel Bourez, hard off the bottom. He'll pull in a nice round tube, and he gets puffed out. He falls on the open face after the exit, but our first tube opportunity off this little wedger.
Yeah. I don't think you can afford to fall though, Joe, not against these two guys. You know, Italo Ferreira definitely not surfing like a rookie this year. Quarterfinals at both Chopu and Cloudbreak. He's got one more heavy wave to deal with, and that's Pipeline. Let's have a look at Italo's last ride here. Looking to improve on just a very low score, 0.5, which he's done. Takes his time. That's what I like about him. And then right here, jams that board all the way around, slides the fins out. He didn't like that, though. You could see he's a little bit frustrated with that wave. Michel Bourez drops down behind the peak, jams it under the lip there. Perfect positioning from Bourez. Takes his eye off the prize and catches that outside rail. You've got to focus on those things. Looking down the line, maybe trying to work out his next turn. He was absolutely petrified, but you know, had the guts to throw himself over the ledge on some crazy waves. Got some of the best barrels he's ever had in his entire life, and went on for his best result. So, man stuff.
That's right. Big bottom turn, blow tail combo for Medina, but he controls it. Late jam on the finish, and he's down. Loving the extension off the bottom from Medina. Unable to close that one out. And the next wave in the set will just kind of wash this area through. Medina's looking really comfortable off the bottom out here. Unfortunately, just losing that last move.
Yeah, I mean, he was on his way to another good score, wasn't he, Joe? That first turn there, I thought he was gone.
So you got Flores and Italo still in this top 10 picture. With a late takeoff from Ferrara, this wedge is going to put him way out in front. Snaps it under the lip, and he'll cannonball out of there.
Wow, that was a nugget right there. Just took off a little bit too far behind the section, having to play catch up, and that's that whole wedge scenario. You've got to be on that bump that goes sideways and gives you that hook straight into that open face, but Italo Ferreira rolling the dice on a nuggety little wave. Sign of things to come, Joe. I think the more water we're going to see, we'll see a few more of those little nuggets come through, that's for sure.
Yeah, always exciting to see Italo with his quick reaction time, especially on his backhand. That's kind of the wave he grew up on, this small little right that would just kept on giving him sections. His backside air reverses look really different in his approach when you compare him to the approach of Medina.
Yeah, it almost looks like he's never going to make it. You know, it looks like he's, you know, his balance is not over the board. It's sort of almost to the side. Let's have a look here. As he free falls into this one there, a lot of white water behind him. Nice little snap right there, but realized not much else happening, and does that pin drop. But have a look at this nugget right here. Beautiful wedge, late drop, critical stuff. Almost, that lip was almost on his shoulders on that takeoff. An avalanche of white water behind him, and then found the open face for a little snap. So this really isn't going to go into his top two. Italo Ferreira has taken the lead though. 11.942 wave total. Gabriel Medina 10.73. Michel Bourez hasn't quite got going yet. A little bit of mistake coming out that barrel that could have been a good score. You see how many guys on tour have actually won events this year. It's not an easy thing to do. So for Jeremy, it's a good year.
Getting position on the wedge. Medina carves down to the bottom. That little inside wedge will take him out. So incomplete on that first turn. Ferreira still in the lead. Medina just needs a 4.95. So that was a crucial turn for him to make to get the score. And Bourez still needs a 7.78 in these rippable conditions. All these guys, as we know, can pick numbers for their jerseys, and they'll have that number throughout their career. Bourez went with the number 9 as we watch Ferrara up now. Setting up a big first turn. Flows through that first section. Winding up for a big backside hack. He'll get hung up for a moment, but he can time any sort of bomb drop quite well. Stomps it without a problem.
Yeah, so solid on his feet, and you got to be out here. I mean, it looks really tricky. You saw Medina go down, just get swallowed up by that white water. So, you know, that white water, it's not moving straight in at the beach, Joe. It's almost moving sideways down. So if you come out of your turn and you're heading straight down the face of the wave, it's that white water's, you know, pretty much can run you over. So you've got to be careful of that. You've got to be aware of the wave. It's bending and refracting off that wall. Tricky conditions, and I'm liking what I'm seeing. It's these guys are having a bit of fun out there, Joe. Italo Ferreira up and riding. This was his last wave, almost straight up and over to Gabriel Medina, and then bang, kind of got caught up a little bit right there. So Italo Ferreira looking to replace a 3.77 as his second highest score, trying to improve his lead over Gabriel Medina with a single highest score of a 8.17, I should say. Medina with a 7, and Michel Bourez still looking for a good one.
That's right. That's the situation for round 4, heat number 4. We're still trying to work out the quarterfinals. A couple of these guys will be surfing quickly into round 5, which has already been called on. We watch Michel Bourez with a lot of drive. Hard bottom turn. Rips one off the coping. This wave bending a little bit away. Now he's just rushing down the line. Not much of a lip to hip, so he just goes for that forehand hook, hoping for a section to project off of. He'll wind up again. Wraps it and hops out of there. So Bourez left searching for quite some time on that long ride down the beach. His best number, a 4.17 before that.
Obviously the big turns need to be done on that peak at the back.
Now watching an attempt from last year's world champ, just throwing away the backside of reverse. Still hunting down the score to take the lead, but taking a lot of looks and getting everyone real active. We kind of mentioned Michel Bourez choosing the number 9 for his jersey. He said he was actually really good at soccer when he was a kid. Came to a point in his life where he had to choose a sport, like a lot of these athletes had to do back then. He chose surfing, but his number in soccer was 9, and then his son was born on the 9th.
Right.
And then he just made it official.
You know what number 9 is on the field, Joe? In soccer?
What's that?
It's the striker. It's the guy that scores the goals.
And we've seen some great waves ridden so far this morning. Italo Ferreira, the rookie, still out front with 11.94 total, looking to make another big quarterfinal. When you look at that rookie race, it's really between himself and Wiggly Dantes. Wiggly already out of the contest. Will be focusing on Pipeline as Italo gets ready to take that honor. And Potsy got a wave during the break.
Oh yeah, big floater maneuver to kick things off. Jams it up through the lip again. So Italo Ferreira appears out through the white water, looking to improve on a 3.77. Look at that drop right there. He's so confident doing that kind of stuff, Joe. Every maneuver is critical. Every turn he comes out of it literally free falling back into the wave. You talk about how gnarly this guy is. Look how powerful he is as well. Riding that Timmy Patterson has been doing wonders for him this year, fighting his way out of the white water, and a little bit of a fist pump there at the end of that one for Italo Ferreira. Why? Because he's going to increase his lead over Gabriel Medina, who only at this stage is looking for a small wave, but once that score drops, which it has, Joe, and it's a big one.
Solid scores dropping in for Italo Ferreira. It's a 9-point ride. His low score, an 8.17. His top 2, all in the excellent range. Ferreira impressing the judges. Even one judge got close to perfect with the 9.7. The 8.3 gets tossed out. But on the slow-mo replay, you can see the power that Flores was talking about. Ferreira, 8.17 and a 9.0. Skips round 5 and goes straight to the quarterfinals. Medina and Michel Bourez will be surfing a little bit later on today to try to figure out this really churned up wedgie lineup. An exciting setup as you look at the harbor in the background. And Kolohe and Parko will be coming up next in round 5 action pots, and they've been watching these heats. Let's see how they're going to perform.
Yeah, this is going to be a great heat. Obviously, Kolohe needs a good result just to get himself some confidence going into the back part of the year. Both him and Joel have had a really strange year according to their ability. But Joel finding his way back into some form, and it's going to be an interesting one.
Well, Italo takes the win. Now it's time for round 5, heat number 1 with Kolohe Andino and Joel Parkinson.